Hey guys, this is Steven Adams with Couch to Custom Coach, where we help you get off the couch and get out on the road touring. Today, I want to talk about goals. Recently, I did a video for our community where we went in great detail about setting goals. But today I want to share just a little short snippet of that with you guys here today. And for me personally, my goals are really tied to my dreams. If I have a dream of doing something, then I'll set a goal to do it, to achieve it. So since they're so closely related to me, for me, I have this dream, I have this goal, so I decided to come up with an acronym that fits that. So to achieve our goal, we'll use the acronym DREAM, D-R-E-A-M, DREAM. So the first part of this is the D, and that is your goal definite. It needs to be definite. Is it actually a goal? Can you make it real in your mind? So we have these hopes and dreams in our heart and mind, but really for me, to making a definite goal, I write it down. And once it's written down, it's more real to me. All right. So that leads us to our second point, and that's being realistic. Is this goal realistic? For me, it may be just something I come up in my mind and it's visualized in my mind. To me, that's a hope. So I take that hope, I write it down, it becomes definite to me, and so therefore that hope or that dream has turned into a goal. You really need to make sure that this is a realistic goal, whatever it is that you're setting. You know, I could have a goal of becoming an astronaut. I don't, but some people do. You may. And for me, being an astronaut is not a realistic goal. I never aspired to be an astronaut. I think it's cool. If you want to be an astronaut, be an astronaut. But for me, it's not a realistic goal. So that would cross that one off my list right off the bat. But I have been recently working on losing some weight. So a realistic goal for me would be to lose 20 pounds. That may be a goal of yours, it may not be a goal of yours. But for me, it's realistic. So you really need to look and see if your goal that you're getting ready to write down is realistic. So we have our D for definite, our R for realistic. The third point is effective. When we think of goals, we think of hopefully change. Something that a goal you're going to achieve changes you or somebody else, we hope, in a positive manner. So you affect change. So is your goal effective? Is what you're wanting to achieve something that will change you or change somebody else? So that leads us to the fourth point. It needs to be definite, realistic, effective, and achievable. So back to our astronaut example, that's not realistic for me, so it's not achievable. It would take too much time, too much effort. At my age, I can watch somebody else do it. I can watch a launch and see them go into outer space, and that's good enough for me. It's not achievable for me. So the question you need to ask is, the goal that you have in mind, is it something that you can do? Are you able to make it happen? And with the example I gave earlier about losing 20 pounds, I said, yeah, I think I can do that. I can make it happen. I just don't eat as much, or I exercise more if I do eat more. The thing that I myself don't want to do is I have a tendency of being a pie in the sky kind of person, so I tend to try and steer clear of those kind of goals because a lot of times those pie in the sky stuff is, at least in my experience, I've not been able to achieve those. So I try to make it a little, what is that super duper goal? Then I kind of back it down just a little bit. that medium-sized goal is achievable for me. You may be totally different and how you go about that, but for me, I want to make sure that my goal is achievable. So we have the DREAM acronym. So it's D is in definite. It needs to be realistic, it needs to be effective, it needs to be achievable. And the fifth point is it needs to be measurable. I like to break down a lot of my goals into steps and little check marks, or a checklist, if you will. That way I can have my plan, and then I have my list that I need to go down, and I can check it off, and I can have little milestones that I can make sure that I'm keeping going on what I'm supposed to do. Years ago, I had a mentor that gave me this little scenario as far as goals are concerned. He said that your goals need to be written in stone. They're unchangeable. But the path to get there is written in the sand. So you need to be able to measure what you're doing. You say, okay, this is my goal. Here's the steps that I need to do to complete that, to reach that goal. So you get about 2 or 3 steps in and you realize, well, wait a second, I missed a spot. And so I need to add this in there. So it's movable. So you can wipe it out and then redraw it in the sand again until you get the exact steps that you need to achieve that goal. So hopefully that'll help you with that. You just it needs to be measurable. So we have our hopes and dreams and our goals. My hope is that you'll take your hopes, turn them into dreams, and then therefore write them down, make them definite, make sure they're realistic, make sure that they are effective, they make a change in your life, they are achievable, and they are measurable. You keep track of yourself to make sure that you're constantly moving forward. If you're not gaining ground, you're losing ground. So we always want to be moving forward to achieve those goals. My hope is that you'll take this acronym of DREAM and take your dreams and turn them into goals. We'll talk to you next time.